right, so how you guys doing? Pretty good? So I am the token comedian, and I will be trying to do a little clean comedy. So for those of you that have gone to a comedy club, you realize that that is not the norm. So one of the reasons is because doing clean comedy is really, really hard. For example, if you start a joke with the word hard, all the adults are thinking about one thing, and all the kids are thinking about word problems. Speaking of people that don't like word problems, cops do not like word problems. If you ever get pulled over and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, do you know how fast you were going?" Do not answer with a word problem. That conversation is not going to go well for you. Speaking of people that have trouble with math, and if you thought I was going to do another cop joke, keep in mind there could be a few people in the audience that are cops, and I don't feel like getting pulled over for another broken taillight and complimentary black eye. So people that have trouble with math, I realize that America's biggest problem is that 82% of the people are bad at math, and the other 28% don't realize they are. Another thing about America, I realized that my name, Eric, is actually built right into the word America. I realized that when I was 13. Unfortunately, I realized that the word Saturday has the word turd in it when I was 43. For those wondering, I'm 43 now. Speaking of embarrassing, you have to be really careful when you tell a new group of people that you do comedy as a hobby, because invariably somewhere in the group there'll be a nun that'll come right up to you and she'll be like, "So you're funny, are you? Tell us a joke then." So I feel like everybody should have at least one joke they can tell a nun. This one's mine, feel free to use it. A brand new baby boy gets rolled into the nursery, and a little baby girl's like, "Hi." Little baby boy's like, "Hi." Little baby girl's like, "So, are you a boy baby or a girl baby?" Little baby boy's like, "I don't know." Little baby girl's like, "You don't know the difference between boy babies and girl babies?" So she whips off her blanket and points and says, "See? Pink booties." Feel free to use that one if you ever come across a nun. Speaking of pink, for you ladies that are wondering, I do tend to pull out all the stops on Valentine's Day, including getting my lady the very, very best box of wine available from AutoZone. Speaking of stupid moves, and if you don't think getting a box of wine from AutoZone on Valentine's Day is a stupid move, try it once and come back and talk to me. Speaking of stupid moves, they did a recent survey in Arkansas. They found out that 87.6% of accidental suicides start with the phrase, "Hold my beer and watch this." In another survey, they figured out that 91% of the equity in mobile homes are wrapped up in their Elvis collector plate collections. Another statistic, they found out that 73.2% of all statistics that have one decimal place are completely made up, according to MSNBC, about Fox News statistics. Speaking of statistical anomaly, remember Yogi Bear? "Hey, boo-boo, let's get ourselves a picnic basket." He was always claiming that he was smarter than the average bear. They got me wondering, how did he know? Like, are we supposed to believe that somewhere in Yellowstone Park there was a bear aptitude test, and they took all those numbers and put them in a big computer, then there were these two guys in lab coats? "Hey, Charlie, remember that one bear, Yogi?" "Sure." "Have a look at this." "Well, what do you know? He is statistically more intelligent than the median of the bear population." I don't think so. Speaking of science, we all know that it was the apple that inspired Newton to theorize about gravity, but it made me wonder, when he got to his baking career, why did he fill his cookies full of figs? Never wondered that. Speaking of gravity, I realized who the most dangerous person in transportation is. It's Sandra Bullock. Think about it. When she gets on a bus, it blows up. When she gets on a cruise ship, it blows up. When she gets on the International Space Station, it blows up. I would freak out if I got on an airplane and she was sitting in first class. And speaking about airplanes, have you ever tried to use the Wi-Fi on an airplane? It is more frustrating than trying to empty a swimming pool with a turkey baster. I swear I can hear the faint din of a dial-up modem in the background. For you kids, ask your parents what a dial-up modem is. They'll tell you so. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you very much. Enjoy your show.